Hi everybody, happy Monday. Kristen here. I just wanted to make a quick video because this last week has been such a whirlwind, but it was fun and new, and I hope everybody's enjoying their January as much as I am. It feels like there's a huge energetic shift, and I feel like we're stepping into such a great timeline, and there's such magical potential within it for huge and transformational growth. Like I worked on a few newer clients, or brand new clients to me, a few returning clients, but in that, I had 3 of my women ask me if I would be willing to work on their sons, and I totally am. I am totally down for that because I'm proud of the moms for inviting their children in on their healing journey. I think it's magical. I think it's such a noteworthy occasion because these young men are in a place of embracing their own healing and wholeness, and they're embarking on a journey that is allowing them to discard the generational programming and the wounding of the past that came down the ancestral line. Like, oh, that's huge. That's so huge. And I'm so incredibly proud of these women who are bringing their sons along on this path of healing and wholeness. And I'm so incredibly proud of the young men that want to take part in their own healing and starting this journey. I'm in such awe of it, and I love it. I love it so much. So this week has just been insanely wonderful. Do those 2 words even go together? It's been great. Yesterday, I definitely took a day off to recalibrate and spend some time in my own space, resting and recuperating for this week. But I did a few things that were outside of my comfort zone. Friday, I was looking for something low-key, something to do, and I ended up on Facebook in the events tab, and I saw that one of my old friends that I haven't seen in over 20 years was playing at a local bar. So totally out of character for me to go to a bar on a Friday night, especially by myself. But I was like, shit, my friend's band is pretty low-key. He plays in an acoustic band. And so I decided I was going. I figured I would get there probably around 8-ish, stay for an hour, and then go home. Well, I didn't end up leaving my house until probably about 10 to 10. And I got there in time. I got there halfway through the second last song, which was perfect because A, I don't spend time at bars, and B, I actually got a chance to talk to my friend, which was really amazing. We had an opportunity to catch up and actually didn't have to talk over the band or, because he was the band. He and a friend of his play together, and I had wonderful conversations with both of them and the bartender. There's no one else around. Like, nobody was vying for somebody else's attention, and we just we had wonderful conversations. His bandmate has been to all these different places, lived in different places in the world that fascinate me. His connections, the friend connections that he had made over the years from these other places, are people that have intrigued me, and who, like, we're talking about like Alan Watts, that his friends know. He's met Alan Watts, Ram Dass. Terrence McKenna is another one of the people that I enjoy the shit out of. I think they're deep thinkers, and, you know, I've really found a lot of value in the things that they talk about, the topics that they discuss. And so I just was like all in. The conversations were super high vibe, and I just loved the shit out of the time that I got to spend, and it was so perfect. Had I left the house earlier, maybe I would have run into like the happy hour crowd that's kind of drinking to dissipate the week that they've had, or who knows what the vibe would have been. But I got there and it was the perfect time. Everything this week was perfect timing. I just have been following the breadcrumbs, you know, the God winks that I've been getting. And it's been nothing short of amazing. So far my January's been amazing. Even in the challenging parts, it's been amazing, because I was able to acknowledge them and move through them gently and gracefully. And I am in such awe of this life. I love that I get to be an active participant in it. You know, I had been spending a lot of time by myself and kind of a lot in my own space, learning how to care for and protect my energy, keep my vibration high, you know. Which leads me to a story. We were kind of moseying out to the parking lot. We were all getting kind of ready to part ways. And my friend's bandmate said something to me to the effect of, he's like, I like you. You've got good energy, and, you know, it's nice to be around somebody like you. And I said, yeah, well, I've got a good vibe. And the look that crossed his mind was almost like, if I read it correctly, it almost looked like disbelief that I was owning my vibration, or that I actually acknowledged that I have a good vibration. I'm in a high frequency. I go, thanks, I have a good vibe. I think I have a great vibe. And so I thought it was funny, because I don't know if it's because most people won't acknowledge their own vibration and say, yeah, that is me. But I do, and I will continue to own my vibe, because I've put a lot of effort and energy into cultivating a healthy vibe, a strong vibe, a vibration that feels good to me is one that I have put time and effort into curating. I am very aware of the energy that I put out, and I don't just go flinging it around. You know, I am very intentional about the places I go, the people I spend time with, and when my energy is not good, I backtrack it to find out why. You know, I do a lot of internal searching and recalibrating and journaling, intentional bathing. Like, I do all the things to keep myself in good space. And I think it maybe struck him as unusual that somebody would claim their vibe. I had no problem doing it, but I guess maybe some people do, I suppose. But yeah, the look on his face, I didn't miss it. Maybe I'm not interpreting it the way he intended, but I definitely didn't miss the look that crossed his face. It was almost like confusion or disbelief. So I thought that was kind of fun. But yeah, I missed out on my tarot class yesterday because I was staying to myself. It was definitely a day of rest after a very busy week, and I wanted to take care of myself. I made myself some wonderful food. You know, I don't typically go out to eat, so yeah, I made a couple of meals to get us through the week, or a couple days anyway. So I went to a bar by myself, and I was in such shock that I was going. So, and it ended up being great. I got a chance to talk to my friend after all those years. And while it was so strategically placed that I got there at the time I did, the song Hallelujah, they were in the middle of playing it, which is the song that I've asked my Alexa to never play again, because the repetitive Hallelujah it gets to be kind of old. So, but it was very different hearing it live. I enjoyed it. And besides, I only caught half the hallelujahs because I walked in halfway through the song. So, cool. Good on me, right? So, I think it was Saturday. I went out to Braemiller to pick up my produce, and I stopped by Dollar General. I don't recall really needing anything, but I felt like I should go there. And I did end up picking up a few canned goods to replenish my pantry in the basement. But while I was there, I passed the manager. She was leaving as I was coming in. And the woman cashing me out. After she finished cashing me out, she's like, whoa. She's like, I just got really dizzy. I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, nah, I don't know. She's like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. So she situates herself so that she's sitting on the baggage carousel, bagging carousel. And I'm rubbing her back, and I'm talking to her, gently, and sending her love, and, keeping her calm, and kind of trying to talk through what's going on, and med-wise and things like that. And she's starting to feel a little bit better. A few people walk in, 2 women. One's like, is she okay? I'm like, well, that's kind of what we're trying to figure out. She's like, well, where's the manager? I'm like, I think she just left to go somewhere. And another lady walks in. She's like, well, did you call 911? I'm like, well, I'm not entirely sure she wants me to. So we're just kind of trying to figure it out. And so the first lady in is going to look to see if the manager's back yet. Maybe I missed her. Well, she was back. And so she's like, oh, this does happen to her sometimes. But the fact that I was led to that place, to Dollar General, and my timing was perfect to be the only one in line, and the one that was able to rub this woman's back and kind of get her calmed down and situated. Had she passed out while the manager was gone and nobody was in the store, it might have been a different story, but my timing was perfect to be able to be that calm in her storm, So I'm in awe of this life. I am so excited about the way things are going, and even, being able to be there for other people's challenges. I think it's been wonderful, and the community that's been coming together that I've been witnessing, and in my own ability to step up and help other people get through their stuff. Not that I'm giving all the answers, and not that it's funny because this is one of the challenges that I've kind of had to work through was I see from point A to point B, and it's really easy for me to see from point A to point B. The trick is not to give up all the answers for other people. They have to be able to see it on their own and make the connection on their own. So I can't give up all the answers, but I do know them and I do see them. It's easy for me. So I find it kind of fun to be able to sit with people and help them unwrap all the pieces so that they can find their path. And I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. The energy is shifting. We're coming more into a place of community and growth, and people are coming out the other side of some of the things that were causing them such discomfort. And, that's kind of always been the thing. On the other side of discomfort is growth, right? So I think this is, wow, we're in such an amazing transformational time, and I hope that you can see this for yourselves, and I hope that your experience is a lot like mine in that way, even for the places where that maybe are perhaps a little challenging. I hope that you're finding appreciation in the challenge the way I do. I've been able to, get out your journal, write it down. I've been, embracing new things. And yeah, it took a lot of courage for me to be able to book that flight. It took a lot of courage for me to walk into a bar by myself, but the experiences have been nothing short of amazing. So I do feel like I'm being intuitively guided to places, and I'm being rewarded with all these wonderful things in the process. So I just think that this is really a great time. And because I missed my tarot class yesterday, I figured I would pull a card just to see what we come up with. So I'm going to shuffle real quick and see what we have for a card for today. And I think that, I don't know. I hope that this week is in perfect alignment for you. I hope that you can find like this big, beautiful flow that just allows you to relax and take it easy. Just flow into it. Let it happen. Let it take you and move you through all the places, and if you get hung up on a rock, what's the rock? What's it there for? What's it there to teach you? I think pushing through it and fighting your way over that rock and potentially putting a hole in your boat is not going to serve you down the road. So take the time, look around, see what that rock is made of. Maybe it's really just like, I don't know, maybe it's an old shoe that you're getting hung up on. I don't know. Oh, we got the Devil card. The first thing that I see when I see the Devil card is the star and the illumination, right? This is a card of growth and transformation. The Devil card is, challenging in its way. The red is action. So I see this as a transformation card, and we are coming through the darker times in our life to embrace the lighter times. The star is like the light that guides your path. I think that the That is green. The green is a healing card, is a healing color, you know. It's there. I love this card. It's a heart-based, because green is the color of the heart chakra, right? So we're coming from a heart-spaced place to take the action to move along and be guided by, you know, our intellect and our intuition, and just allow ourselves to move through some things. And we already know. We just don't need to force everything. If you go within your heart space, your heart already knows the answer. You don't have to force anything. But I do think, I know some people are like, the devil card, how is that possibly good? But it really is. And besides, it looks kind of like a dragon to me. And I love dragons. I think they're cool as shit. But the red represents action. Out of the darkness comes the light, right? When we stay in our heart space, use the star, our intellect and our knowledge will guide us when we stay in our heart space, you know. Allow it to illuminate. We already know how to do this. Just go within. You know the answers. I leave you with much love and many blessings. Happy Monday.